Okay, this is a lesson for MYP1 on compound interest. You should have previously watched the lessons about percentages before approaching this lesson. So when you invest money with a bank, they give you extra money if you leave it there long enough. And this extra money is called interest, in Danish, rente. So it's extra money paid on an investment or a loan. So for example, a certain math teacher has 200 euros in the bank. He gets 3% interest per annum. That just means every year. So after 1 year, he's got his original amount, 200, plus his interest, which is 3% of the 200. And 300ths means the same as 0.03. And when you see of with a fraction, you're multiplying. So he's got 200 euros plus 0.03 times 200. So that's 200 plus 6, because you have to do the multiplying first before the adding. So after 1 year, he's got 206 euros in the bank. So another way to set this out is to say that after 1 year, he has 103% of 200 euros, because he's got his original 100% plus the extra 3%. So 103% is the same as 103 hundredths, which is the same as 1.03. So after 1 year, he has 1.03 times 200, which is another way of getting the 206. So the 1 gives you the original amount, and the 0.03 gives you the extra 3%. So discuss how much will be in the account if he leaves it there for 3 years. So pause the video for a little bit and think about that. And bear in mind that each year he has more money in the bank, so he's getting interest on a larger basic amount. He's getting interest on the interest that he got previously. That's called compound interest. So after 1 year he has 1.03 times 200, 206, as we saw. After 2 years, he has 1.03 times his previous 206 that he had before, makes 212.18. And after 3 years, he has 1.03 times the previous 212.18 that he had, which makes 218.55. So each year, you're multiplying by 1.03 to give him an extra 3%, but each year you're multiplying a larger and larger amount. The amount is growing or compounding. So another way to look at this is to say that he has 103% of 103% of 103% of his original 200 euros. I've kind of tried to color code this, so red for the first year, green for the second year, and blue for the third year. So that's the same as saying 1.03 times 1.03 times 1.03 times 200. Or another way of writing that is 1.03 to the power of 3 times 200. You're multiplying 1.03 by itself 3 times, which isn't the same as multiplying it by 3, by the way. Don't make that mistake. Okay, so 1.03 to the power of 3 is something that you can stick straight into your calculator. So that's the same as 0.092727 when you work it out. All the 1.03's multiplied together. Times 200 gives you the 218.55. And then there'll be a couple of little other decimals after that because of rounding error. Obviously money only goes to 2 decimal places, so in reality all the extra decimals after 2 decimal places don't mean anything. They mean something, but they're not. They don't end up in your bank account. So here's another example. Io has $3 million in the bank. Wow. If she leaves it there for 7 years, it earns 4% per year. That's compound interest. So how much is there at the end of the 7 years? So pause the film for a bit, film, video, whatever you call this, and try and do the question before you move on to the answer. Okay, and here is the answer. So you're multiplying by 1.04 every time to give her an extra 4% on top of her original 100%. The money's there for 7 years, so it's to the power of 7. And that's getting multiplied by 3 million, the original amount. So 1.04 to the power of 7, that's 1.04 times 1.04 times 1.04. Keep doing that till you've done it 7 times. That gives you 1.316 approximately. Then times the original 3 million gives you that she's got $3,947,795.34. Okay, a little bit of rounding here taking place, obviously, because these numbers go beyond 2 decimal places, but money in real life just stops at 2 decimal places. Okay, so here are some questions for you to try. Various amounts of money left for various amounts of time at various rates of interest. In each case, calculate the amount in the account at the end. So just pause the screen there and have a go at those 4 questions before you continue with the video. So here's the answer to question 1. $200, 8 years, 2%, so 1.02 for the extra 2%, to the power of 8 for the 8 years times the original 200 gives you $234.33. Moving on to question 2. $30, 2 years, 20% per year per annum, so 1.20, which is the same as 1.2 for the extra 20%. So I've kind of faded out the extra 0 that's not doing anything. 1.2 is the same as 1.20. To the power of 2 for 2 years, and then times the original $30. So that gives you $43.20 by the end of it. Next one. 65 euros, 10 years, 3.5% per annum. So the extra 3.5% you're multiplying by 1.035. Just 1.03 would be an extra 3%, but then it's an extra 3.5%, so there's a 5 in the next decimal place. To the power of 10 for 10 years, and then times 65 for the original amount, and that all comes to $91.69. And the next one, $70, 4 years, 0.5%, so it's 1.005 for the original amount, that's the 1, plus the extra 0.5% or 0.5%. Power of 4 for 4 years and £70. So multiplying all that together, £71.41 by the end of it.